one thing about it is the biggest secret is who you are, where you are, and when.
Mm-hmm.
Where and when. That's the biggest secret that they never want to tell. One thing I can say is the wisdom come through experience. So what you think about that statement? Like where you think
Yeah,
the wisdom come from?
it's definitely experience. It's definitely experience because everything you do and what you live, it how you take it in and react to it, and what you produce from it. That's where that wisdom comes from.
Section 8, that gutter life. Mama had to volunteer. Graduated out these streets. Hey, I learned all my lessons here.
Special treat for y'all tonight. Special guest. If you seen the title, then you know what's going on. I ain't trying to keep y'all too long, but one thing about it is they asking what's going on with the healing sector, man. And I keep telling y'all, we good. We good. We still healing. The healing don't stop. It ain't no overnight situation. Been in these YouTube streets, and I swear to God, well, we need healing more than ever right now. We need healing more than ever. We about to get the show started. Hit that like button, and y'all already know. Shut it live. I got Mama Goon in the building. Civilized conversation. I appreciate y'all for being right here. Y'all already know. I guess it's safe to say that trust no one in these YouTube streets. Keep your guard up at all time and keep your grass cut low. Mama Goon, you in the building?
Yes.
All right, salute, salute. Can you see the chats right now? Can you see the chat?
Oh wow. Okay. I can see him now.
Yeah, they saying salute Goondini and Mama Gone. But yeah,
Oh,
but you remember when we talked about that one situation? You had told me to just leave that one individual alone because we don't
I
know
do
what people
remember
be going through. You remember that?
that. Yes, I do. I remember that.
So what I did was I went ahead and took your advice and I just apologized about the whole situation and just stayed out the way. And I ain't really had I ain't been nothing too tough, too crazy since then, as far as me and whatever. But I took your advice. But the thing is, I started right after we had that talk not too long ago. I started this thing right here. It's called the healing sector.
Oh,
It what
okay.
the concept of it is. Here you go right here. You see the screen?
Let me switch back again.
You see how I say healing sector? So
Yes.
yeah. So basically, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like an open platform. The only thing I ask is that everybody protect their privacy because this is the internet. So, no real saying names and nothing crazy that's gonna give away your identity or, anybody else's identity. We wanna always protect each other's identity because it be a whole lot going on.
Very good. Very good. Okay. And
So
I'm
yeah.
glad that you took that advice and left that individual alone because, like I say, you don't know what people's situations are, and even if you just don't know. So it's best to leave those type of things alone. So
Yeah.
good. Very good.
You ever finished watching it where I did the I'ma tell my own truth?
Yes, I was watching it. Didn't finish it, but I was watching it. Yes.
I want to finish that little story up tonight. And then while I got you here, I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell your side of the story because they only heard my side of the story. If y'all know what I'm talking about, let me bring it up. Of how I got incarcerated at an early age. It needs to be talked about. We can save lives or direct people in other directions as far as positivity, and of course making money, then we definitely want to be a part of that. Basically, I'm gonna just reintroduce the situation, see if I can find it, of how I got here. Prison, young. It's just stuff that people go through. So let's go. Real people, real situation. Because the thing that I'm about to tell y'all next is what really concreted the way I move and the way I think. All right, so boom, check this out, y'all. The youngest person on this K was, I believe, 16, right? So that person actually went behind every me and my other co-defendant back and made a deal. So what this is just what if you don't know what a counter to call is, that's when you know what I'm saying, you gotta basically show up to court Gotta show up to court with your lawyer, and the lawyer they do all the talking. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do all the talking for you, let you know what's going on, and you're gonna move forward like that. Is make sure everybody's stance is still the same. Make sure ain't nobody trying to switch up, flip flop, or anything like that. So I'm 17, y'all. The crazy thing about it is my pop and my mom was there that day. And the way my dad looked at me, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my pop. That was my dad, y'all. And that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those pictures. He looked at me, he looked straight at me like, look at you. Like, I told you. Like he gave me that I told you so face. Cause the thing that my lawyer said, that, y'all, it would really broke me down. I ain't crying nothing, but I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I gotta give y'all this because this to build up to the rest of the story. So let me take y'all back. We all know somebody right now who still got a spot in their parents' house. I was out of there by 16. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was in the streets, man, no cap. But look, this is a story I want y'all to understand how it all worked and how it all played out. So I'm at this counter to call, and my lawyer pulls me out, me and my family out, and pull us into the little lobby area because I guess it's about to go down. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It was a public pretender, but he was a good one. Let's not forget. I got 2 co-defendants. The youngest person on the case, 16, right? The next day was this counter call. We get to the courtroom, and my lawyer pulls me out to to let us know what's about to happen. I'm trusting him. I'm young. I ain't even never even got into this type. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, so I don't even like shit. I'm like, hey, one thing I do know though for sure, I done got myself into a situation, right? So boom, my lawyer tell me, hey, you should take a plea. Like a plea? Man, I didn't. I forgot to tell y'all this part, y'all. I'm already out on bond. Like I said, I was 17 when I got locked up. I'm out on bond. You know, you already know how that go. The lawyer pulled me out, my family out. My dad giving me that told you so look. And I'm looking at the lawyer dead in his face, and he talking about, I think you should go first. Now everybody no, you don't want to go first. No one wants to go first. You don't want to go first, y'all. My lawyer talking about I need to go first. I'm like, what? Man, hell no, I don't want to go first. I know that much, y'all. I ain't stupid. So boom. I'm like, oh, first. Then he tell me why. Let me tell y'all what he told me next. He said your co-defendant in there. He was in there with his family. Yeah, the same ones that was at my family house for dinner the night before was about the rat. He drew the judge a picture. I'll never forget it. Hold on. Let me pause that. Mama Goon, do you remember that?
I do remember that. I didn't understand why would he be drawing a picture like a kindergarten. But yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, he drew the judge a picture. He cried, and his mama cried. Yeah, they cried and everything. They put on the whole show. My reaction to this news, my heart dropped. Instantly I had caught the shit instantly. Like, what the fuck? My stomach was turning. I ain't gonna even lie. My stomach started turning, y'all. And basically the narrative that they was pushing was that he was the youngest, so we was influencing him to do these acts and crimes and stuff. I'm gonna tell y'all what a first offender is. So that was one of the things that my lawyer did for me. He said, hey, you can do this first offender. And he told me exactly how it worked. Basically, it worked like this. I'm at the mercy of the court, y'all. My lawyer saying take a plea deal because they already got somebody turned state against me. He cried, his mama cried, and he drew the judge a picture. It was wild. It was embarrassing. Supposed to be a calendar call, then it turned into a sentencing. I really took down the plea deal because it was so sweet. Now let me get into the deal. The plea deal that I took. How they get young men into taking these deals. We fighting these cases. It can get treacherous. Let's go back to that day. So all this stuff is happening in a matter of like 30 minutes or an hour. It's going down. I had plans later on that evening. My plans was not to be going to jail. Get back to the story. So once my co-defendant did that, my other co-defendant, I don't know, y'all, what happened after that. Because the only thing I seen was the tears, the crying, the pointing at me. Then I had to go in front of the judge. The judge asked me why, and he told me what he had to tell me. And then asked me if I had anything to say. All right. So boom, that's enough about that. Because y'all can go watch that. That's how I came in again. Real content after content, vibes. So please share and subscribe. Healing Sector Activated, pop out. More demonstrations will be done. Tonight, I got Mama Goon up here. We're going to talk about the situation with her only son, first child, me, got incarcerated and locked up. Do you recall that day?
I do recall that day. What I do remember is we were supposed to be going to a calendar call, and at my understanding, a calendar call was a call that they was going to bring y'all in together, and you do your plea and set a court date for whatever. That's what I thought was happening, because I shut down my business for that day. Your dad took off work. We went and picked you up because you had to go to work that day. So we figured we go down there, go to the calendar call, find out when, court date for the trial to go on. And that's what I thought was happening. When we got down there, we was sitting down, we was waiting. The lawyer came into the room and he was talking to me and your dad. And he was like, listen, got some good news, got some bad news. Which one y'all want to hear first? He said we want all of it. What he said was that one of the co-defendants was about to testify against our son, and that it wasn't going to look good because he was going to go with the plea of he was young, innocent, and my son had coerced him to do everything that was being done. With that being said, that the best thing for my son to do was to take a plea before any kind of sentences going on. And I was like, sentences? Why? This is a calendar call. I thought that we was just going to see when this court date was going to happen so we can go to trial for this. With hindsight now that I know better, because I've never been in the courtroom, but prior to that day, I didn't know anything, and neither did my husband at the time. I didn't think it was a good deal for him to take a plea, because they were saying that the max, if he took that plea and was, he was going to get 20 years. And I didn't like that, because I'm like, that's too harsh for what was going on. But anyway, we listened to the lawyer and called, and I think he was in there at the same time too. That was his recommendation. I don't know whether that was a good one or not, but that was his recommendation. Of course, my husband was upset. He didn't like it either, but he was kind of upset at how that was going down. And so we just said, okay, we're going to go with what the lawyer was recommending. And we went in there before the judge. The judge asked my son some questions, and my son answered them. And then he talked to my husband, and my husband stood on behalf of our son and gave our story, how, he never been in trouble like this before, and this is not who he is. This is not what he do, how we raised them. He just talked to the judge, and the judge took that testimony in consideration when he decided to sentence our son to the sentence that he gave him. And then he looked at him and, and asked him, do he understand what was going on and what was about to happen? I blanked out after I understood that they was about to take him away. So I can't really recall everything that was said and how it went down. I just know we showed up expecting to leave back out to drop him off at work. And I was watching. All I could see next was that they had my baby in handcuffs. He walking out like a criminal and taking him away. And my thoughts was I wasn't going to see him no more. So that particular day and that moving on, it's just like a cloud right now, because that's all I can remember is watching him walk away.
You think that place that changed me any though?
Oh, yes. Yes. Everybody is not your friend. People, you're going to meet people, they're nice, but everybody is not your friend. Today, now you're looking at everybody crazy. You might have a friend, but you're still looking at them cross-eyed and sideways. And so, there's no trust with people for real when they come across you now.